Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and what you're looking at here isn't crypto. This is the Google stock price. It's Google, otherwise known as Alphabet. So last night they released some figures and they were astonishing. If you look here, it says that the revenue was estimated at 89.21 billion. Okay, and it came out at 90.23 billion. That's quite a lot more. It's only 1.15%, but that really helped the price of the stock. Now the earnings, this was the killer. This was estimated at 2.007. It came out at 2.81. That's a 40% increase. That's incredible. Now, if you look at the price on the chart, you can't see it straight away because this is only showing the New York sessions. If you want to see that on TradingView, what you need to do is to go to the settings and look for session and do extended trading hours. Okay. And what that does here, this shows you the after hours with a kind of blue background and the pre hours, which is like this kind of, I guess it's like a sort of orangey colour. So think dark blue for night time and whatever this colour is for the sunrise, morning or whatever. So you can see this increase here. This was like a crypto, wasn't it? That went up 6.53%. And, you know, for a traditional asset, that is a big, big deal. Now, when this news announced, I was doing my new evening habit of going for a walk, putting my headphones on and listening to Trader TV. That's this YouTube channel here. This comes out of Toronto, and you've normally got these guys and two other guys, and then there's a nice girl called Adara who they talk about traditional stocks, which is becoming something that I'm very interested in these days. Don't panic, I'm not giving up on crypto, but I think it's part of my evolution as a trader to sort of get an idea of how traditional stocks move and why they move. It was this guy here, Neil, I think, who said the fact that Google went up so much last night, that works as a kind of weather vane for the rest of the market. And I have to agree with that because, certainly since that moment, the general sentiment in the market seems to be much more positive. So I am still very bullish about everything. Now, if you look at my website, which is savewithcrypto.org, it's .org, not .com. You can see the exchanges that I use to trade stuff on. So this is predominantly ByBit, BitGet, Blofin and BitUnix. ByBit and BitGet, you need to do KYC with both of those. So you need to prove your ID somehow with a passport or something. If you don't want to do that, you can use either Blofin or BitUnix. Blofin, you have to use a VPN in some countries. But if you don't want to use a VPN, you can use BitUnix in any country apart from China, North Korea and Iran. Okay, these two, you can get like really big sign-up bonuses. Both of these are $30,000. Blofin, I'm not sure what my deal is there at the moment. BitUnix, I've got a really good offer going on at the moment. So this offer is currently running and it will run until May the 7th. And basically what you get here is if you make a deposit of anywhere between $100 and $2,000 or USDT rather, or that can be the equivalent of, by the way. And if you make that sort of deposit, then you get a 20% bonus, which is $400 if you're depositing $2,000. And that's really cool. Now, the way this works, it doesn't have to be your first deposit. You don't have to be a new user. You just need to make a deposit between these dates. Okay, so that's now until May the 7th. And the way it works, if you do a small deposit, so say you deposit $100, you'll get a $20 bonus. But if during that period, if you do a bigger deposit, so for example, if you do like a $2,000 deposit, they'll actually give you that minus what you've had already. So they'll give you like $380 for this because you've had the 20 already. So that's a really unique offer. Quite often what I see with these kind of things is sometimes it's new users only, sometimes it's your first deposit. And to be honest, a lot of people don't want to deposit $2,000 for their first deposit. So with this, you can deposit $100, see how you get on with it. If you like it, okay, put in $2,000 and then claim your $400 in total. And it's a realistic one for people like you and me who were just trying out an exchange to see if they like it or not. Now, the other thing you need to do to get your free money is to trade once. So that's one futures trade during that period. And, you know, for example, you could just do something like what I've done here. You know, I went long on Ethereum at 1772, which is pretty much where we are now. And it doesn't have to be a big trade. This one's just $263 there. And I can easily just set a take profit, let's say there. Actually, I'm just going to move that up a little bit more because although I am just demonstrating, I do want to make a little bit more profit. So let's say there. And you can also see the take profit set down here. And if, for example, you decide you want to make more money than that, you could say, okay, I want to make 15 bucks. And it could adjust it just like that. So you can see now the take profit is up there. But for the sake of getting the video finished, I'm going to pull the take profit down to here. And hopefully that'll fill very soon. And there you go, okay. So you can see that made the enormous amount of 7 USDT, but that's fine. So I suppose that goes to show how you can make 2.77% using about 200 or 300 bucks. Now then, I started making this video on Friday morning, and all of a sudden it's like midnight. So it's actually technically Saturday now in the UK. So I suppose UTC it's still Friday. Price of Bitcoin has done brilliant today. It's gone up really, really nicely. These moving averages have crossed on the daily time frame, and I think it looks really bullish. So I guess that now we're into the weekend, you know, we could probably, sort of just move around in this kind of range for the weekend and then see what happens. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange will close in just under an hour, so that'll be an interesting level to see what it closes at. Now, tomorrow morning, so Saturday at 11 AM UK time, I am going to present the Stonksy Indicator show on my own for the first time ever. So here it is, it's going to be live in 10 hours. I'll leave the URL for that in the description actually, because I really want some people to come along and ask me questions, and we can have a bit of a chat, and hopefully it'll go really well. So yeah, looking forward to that tomorrow morning. So if you are around, it'd be great to see you over there. But as far as this video goes, it'd be great if you can give it a big fat like and make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Hopefully see you tomorrow. But above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you can't find anyone to do your own research, you should do it yourself, like I did.